Hey, beautiful people, what's up? We are live today. I am just going to do some editing. I'm just going to do some editing and not have an echo. Yeah, so what we got going on here today is I need to create content, right? But I find myself working and not creating content. So let's do both at the same time. Maybe people will join me, maybe they won't. But it'll get me used to talking on camera and explaining things as I go. But really just kind of kicking it today, just to see if anybody gets any value out of this. So right now, what I'm doing is an edit for the Michigan Chronicle. That's a Black publications that's been around for over 100 years, and they recognize Black leadership and innovation in the Michigan area. So there's an event they're having next week celebrating 40 Black professionals and entrepreneurs under 40 years old. So this is something is it happens yearly, so I think the challenge that I have probably most with this edit is keeping things fresh. And I think one good thing that I can do that you usually can't do in the corporate field is use copywritten music or instrumentals for the live events because they have a license for that. So that's always kind of cool. So I have here a timeline that I've started working on. We're going to use the AI features inside of DaVinci. Like you see this AI tools. I've already used them, but I'll go over them again. But the main thing is creating a timeline using IntelliScript. Guys, this has been a game changer for me. When it works, and it has been working. When it works, man, it just from your line cut, a 2 hour job is now 20 minutes, maybe 30 minutes. So it's very helpful. So, first, just to let you know, in the AI process, uh, and all the apps we use, the first thing we used was an app called Frame.io. And I'm actually editing directly from Frame.io. So we'll see if that becomes a challenge a little later. So our contractors uploaded to this application, all the footage. And so once that's uploaded, I could download it, or in DaVinci, I'll show you what I did do. I'm going to the media page. If you see down here, that first step is the media page. And because I'm using Frame.io, this is connected to the app on the internet. So I didn't really download these. I just drag them. I just drag the clips into my these aren't the clips, but I'm just going to show you. I just drag the clips from Frame.io down into my media pool. And that's how they got there. And you see how it has to populate? It's showing offline until I touch it. That's because it's not really there. It's the magic of the internet and the app working together. And let me show you under your preferences where you would connect your accounts. You see here, my Blackmagic Cloud account, I could go directly into YouTube and post directly there, Vimeo, TikTok, Dropbox, and here we have finally Frame.io, which is connected to the Michigan Chronicle account. All right. Let's see. So, but this isn't the 40 under 40 footage I was trying to show you guys. Let me show you. Here it is. You see, these are the same files that you see here online. All right. So my process for something like this, the objective here is to get a 3-minute video, right? We had an interviewer that asked everybody basically 3 basic questions. And from those 3 basic questions, we are going to create 3 videos. And it was really 4 questions, so I'm going to have to combine the 2, a couple questions together, and just whatever I think will make the video pop. But also, there's a lot of people, as you can see, that came out, you know, and spent time giving their interview. So even though sometimes they didn't give the best interview, we still want to make sure that they appear in at least one video. So we'll keep that in mind. Anybody here, say what up though in the chat. That would be nice. So the first thing I would do if I were editing this video, let me hide that, is I would transcode it, right? And if you see, let me turn this off. I'll make these bigger. If you see this little, like a captions sign here, you see my mouse? That means that's been transcoded. So if I were to click on this, go up top and hit the same transcription button, you'll see you'll have the talking, what they're saying. Okay. So one thing that I did, I don't know if it made a difference, but let's back up a little bit. Since I know I'm going to be using the transcription, I'm using audio here to line everything up, but also I'm going to give DaVinci a script, and I want DaVinci to take that script and create the timeline, cut everything up for me. But if DaVinci can't hear when it's doing the transcription thing, then it's not going to work. So See, like this is going to be hard because the audio so bad. It's going to be hard for DaVinci to pick up what she's saying. So I chose to go with these clips. Let me see if I can find her. These clips were mic'd up here. And you can hear the difference. By the Black community in particular. However, I had to mute the channels where the audio wasn't going directly into it. And I won't bore you with that right now. We'll go to what would I do first? With as a producer, editor, the first thing you're gonna do is you're gonna transcribe. That might be old school to some of you, but have you tried it? Have you edited from script before? Like, have you got your story down on paper and then you go in and edit? I find like that's the best way to get it done is to follow a script, even making a script out of something that happened in real life. You know, like we ask questions, they answer, and we're going to take those answers and develop a script from it. So what we use for scripting is it's called Trent. Okay, Trent, it gives you the ability to upload your clips. So I uploaded these clips here. Well, actually what I did was I put everything in my DaVinci timeline 2 times because it was a lot of interviews. So instead of having a whole bunch of different little clips, I made, as you see, like a 15-minute, 16-minute long script by putting everything together. So essentially, I just took all my clips, put them in a timeline, and exported them. And I took that export and I uploaded it here in Trent. See, they have an upload button, and you could link from accounts or you can upload from your computer. I'll show you that. Let me see if I just have something quick here. Oh, there's no audio in there. So we're gonna have to call these. So I'm just gonna put this in here right now just to show you. Once I do that, you hit upload, transcribe, and then as you see here, it's uploading and it'll transcribe it for me. All right. So we'll pretend. Well, we don't gotta pretend. Let's just go to the next video that I wanted to make. So remember I told you I had 2 scripts that I made. The first one, if I hit play, you'll see. You see the highlights. I was able to just go in here and highlight the answers to the questions that I want to use. And I also highlighted their names and job titles in case they were to do it. So green is my Black excellence question. She asked them, what does Black excellence mean to them, blah, blah, blah. Okay, and then so I know right here, somebody else answered that question. Well, maybe looks like I didn't highlight that one with the right color. Let's see. So yeah, so just to show you, these different highlights are should be the answer to the Black Excellence question. It looks like I messed up. Oh, okay, here we go. Here's her Black Excellence. Let's turn that one green, since that's my color code. And this one should be yellow, just like this. Yeah, I made the first two questions yellow. And I think I got her. So, yeah, that's what we're doing. So we would get all our highlights together. I would go through, pick out the little sound bites that I want to use, and then I'd stay in Trent a little longer. Maybe the video should really be about Trent. So I'm going to create a story. And this is going to be, I'm just going to call it my advice. So I am going to go into both scripts and just pull out all of the advice, comments. And I've already highlighted them, so I don't have to look at everything. I can just go to highlights. That's a good one. I'm reading these. This is a piece of advice. So advice is pink. So I'm going to add them over here. And it's going to give me an approximation. I got about a 1 minute and 23 seconds of a video here. And I find that that is great to know. Uh-oh. Let me go back to my story. And I'm going to go to part 2 now. And I'm going to look for the pink highlighted. That one didn't look like it fit, but and I really need somebody to say the advice I would give my fellow blah blah blah. It might be this one. Because nobody really spoke in a complete sentence for this particular question, so that might be a challenge. Oof, there's a lot of advice. Somebody's not going to make it. 4 minutes 36 seconds. So we already know we gotta trim that down. It's probably like close to a minute, like 3 minutes 30 seconds is the goal for these videos. I'm gonna hide the preview. Click off of this for a second and put the ones with advice up at the top. Now this is Edo. He went at the top of another video. He was second, so if I can find somebody else to go before him, that would be ideal. You know, mix it up a little bit. You don't want people to think they watching the same thing over and over again. You know? All right, so AI process. I am editing the video without actually click editing the video. I'm editing it with the transcript. So we're gonna listen to this transcript, maybe cut some things, take some people out, move some things around. We'll see how it goes. I'll turn on the preview here. You don't need to be looking at me, so let's just go here like that. Alrighty. So let's hit this play button. I don't know if you guys are able to hear any of that. Hold on, let me check. If you weren't, I'll just make a note of that for next time. I'm not gonna put you through it again. That's a good one. I'm reading these. Pink highlighted. It's probably like close to a minute, like 3 minutes. No, you didn't hear it like I heard it, so my bad. Fast forward that part. Oh, fast forward that part if you're watching the replay. So I gotta listen to it one more time. This is my process. We live, we hanging out. Right, guys? All right. Let me leave something in the chat. Come hang out. All right. Well, let's get back to work. Okay, let's let me see if I cut some people off. Hi, preview. I'm just seeing if I maybe cut people off from saying, their complete sentence. Sometimes I can get a little hacking crazy. But doesn't look like that's the case this time. See, my advice would be to keep striving.
My advice would be keep going.
That was such a sound bite that I'm going to go ahead and pull that down to the bottom. Maybe yeah, on that. Hey, Addo, you gotta be first. What's up? All right, let's start from the beginning here. Oh no, this ain't the one. Bam, bam. I still feel like y'all can't really hear that. Let me see. So I think her spiel here about being a doctor is good, but it just doesn't fit in here. I think I can put it in another. that's gonna be it's gonna pop in another one. But for this one, it's like, where are we going, right? So I should probably make a note about that. Mm, I don't want y'all in my business. Well, I guess I'll start a new note. My goodness. I took notes on my phone, but you know what? I'm signed in under a different Apple ID on my phone than on my computer, and that's a pain when things don't match up like they supposed to. So what was my note that I said? Oh, Keisha Hallifield. I'm just gonna copy this, add this to another video. Okay, so I'll put some notes. And so let's just go ahead and let this go. Bam. All right, we're gonna start again. So I think I may not use that. I'm just gonna strike through it for now. I don't think this makes a difference if you strike through. I don't think Trent says, "Oh, she struck through. We skipping it." Let's see. Yeah, they can share that. We'll balance out the audio later. As you hear, it's just a lot going on in the background, and I hope that the AI can fix this without too much gurgling. Because other than that, it'd be a pain to try to fix it in. Even I'm not an audio expert to fix something at that level. We just have to have a noisy background, like on purpose, like Marvin Gaye. That one song, at the party. You don't want me to sing. You see how loud hers was? That's like those are the ones that I think might be a problem with audio. That background was so loud. So maybe I'm about to listen to her whole statement because that half a statement it didn't really do it for the kid. I'm the kid in this instance. Okay, I can see why I cut it like I did when I did. But that's okay. With the magic of editing, I got two camera angles, I got B-roll. I could slice up her statement to make it more cohesive. So let's see what the next person had to say. Mm. Do it for the kids. I'm the kid in this instance. Man, I hate that y'all can't hear what I hear in Trent. So what I'm gonna do is just move outside of Trent so that you guys could hear. You know, this is a part of editing ain't just about the little fancy transitions that people go crazy with, exposure transitions and all of that. It's about getting the message across, right? So a part of editing is you're repetitively, you're hearing something over and over and over again. Okay, let's see why I did it. You're hearing something over and over and over again, and it starts to click and get it. The story starts to come in your mind. So what I'm going to do is just move this part, take this little script, right here. And I'll go ahead and put it on the inside of um, DaVinci. Hello. Hello, Tanya. So we're gonna, you know what? Let me see if I can just copy paste this instead of downloading and uploading. Because I find that I have to put it in Google in order for Google to, in order to get the type of file I need, which is just a basic text file. Okay. So even though there's no spaces here, it's not like it doesn't have the time codes. That's okay because these time codes ain't right no way. These time codes are based on the videos that I made, not the actual metadata inside the video. Uh, so now that I have this script, I'm gonna call it advice script. And now we're gonna download this. See this, I have to make it this way. That format. So advice script. Like I did when I did. Hold on. I'm trying to see if this is working. My little live. But that's okay. With the negative. Yeah. Okay. So where was I? I was just gonna download this to my downloads. Okay. So now that I've downloaded it, I'm just gonna go to the edit page. You see right here, this is my media pool. So remember how I was saying that some of the sound is bad? Like if I click on this one, here, let me go to my settings. Make sure my sound is on. Yeah, the output should be the speaker, so I don't know why you guys couldn't hear. But hopefully you'll be able to hear this. So
Michigan Chronicle. Honestly, it's very motivating. It makes me want to continue the work that Michigan Chronicle has started and so many other Black journalists when it comes to covering Black issues, Black voices, and the good that we're doing in the community, especially our successes. We deserve to be amplified in that way.
Man, this is a special moment, not only for myself, but also for my family. You know, we moved here from Los Angeles, and Detroit's been nothing but welcoming to us. And so to be a part of a story that's constantly being written each and every day, it's an incredible feeling, not only for me, but just for my family, you know?
It means a lot being the oldest out of 10 siblings and being the first gen college student on both
Okay,
my parents' side.
so those you can hear, but these, all you hear is background noise. So what I've decided to do is when I activate IntelliScript, which is we're going to take that script that I made and tell DaVinci to cut this footage based on that script. So here is where we start, where the audio's good. So I'm only using these where we have good audio, but I do think that you may ask before this, why is there a green screen up? Because I grieve different. I open that up, I can't close it. Like, the folding down. I ain't all my years, okay, on planet Earth, I ain't figured that out or how to fold a fitted sheet. Okay? So, but back to this. I'm gonna just use the ones with good audio so IntelliScript ain't gotta scramble its brain. It may find other pieces up here, but I'd rather do that manually because when I tried it with the audio being bad and the words are not exactly like the script, we start to have problems. Okay, so I right clicked on all of these. Go into AI tools, and I am going to say create new timeline using IntelliScript. I think that's how you pronounce it. Gonna go where I save my script, which is right here, the advice script. And I'm gonna push open, and it did its thing, guys, already. Bam. You see, that's the fastest line. Man. Now I know it is not perfect because what the heck could this be, But let's see.
You know, I would tell them to enjoy the moment, right? And continue to write the chapter to your story. This is one of those chapters. And obviously, it's an amazing honor to have, so relish in it. But that has been excellent. And hopefully, down the road we continue we link up again in another venue because of the impact that we are having in the community.
Better not be feeling like you don't deserve, because you do. You better be feeling like, man, I'm already known. But I'm glad that somebody else able to nominate me and say, you that deal. But I'm already known. Oh, good. I say congratulations.
Okay, guys, so that was nothing. I don't know what that was. Well, maybe what script is this? Did I download the wrong script?
Yeah, I would tell them to enjoy.
Yeah. This is the advice script. Oh, he's not in here. Okay, so I'm just gonna sneak him in here the easy way. Whereas she's probably not in here either. I didn't have her highlighted. This is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go back to my script. I'm gonna highlight just this part. I'm gonna go to this. And I'm gonna add him where he was. Right? Save that. Let me see.
Better not be feeling like you don't deserve, because you do. You better be feeling like, man, I'm already knowing. But I'm glad that somebody else able to nominate me.
Another venue because of the impact that we are having in the community.
Better not be feeling like you don't deserve. So I just would say, keep doing what you're doing. Man, listen, I just got to meet a bunch of some of them might have seen from a distance, so I just would say, keep doing what you're doing. You already know what's going on. Better not be no imposter syndrome. Better not be feeling like you don't deserve, but you do. You better be feeling like, man, I'm already knowing. But I'm glad that somebody else able to nominate me and say, you that deal. But I'm already knowing.
Man, like, I want to keep his excitement, right? But I don't know how to balance him against some of these other calmer folks. Let's see what she talking about. See, this is, and remember I was telling you guys earlier how I made changes? This is one that slipped through the cracks. But basically, I right clicked on it, I went to click attributes, and I deleted these two channels at the bottom because they were no good. But it's not gonna let me do it now. Not in this timeline, but I will go ahead and do it the other way I know how. They gone. Now listen. I'm gonna link this back up. But now listen.
Trying to remind myself is there's beauty and power in your no. I think often we're told, especially when you get to a place and you're trying to, you have this vision for your life to always say yes. And I've had to learn that there's also power in no, because that no can take you in a different direction that you may have not wanted to go down that path. So say yes to opportunities, but also we have boundaries. We have to take care of our physical, mental, spiritual, emotional health. So sometimes your no is okay. You don't need. Okay, too. You don't need to prove nothing to anybody else. That's all. As long as you keep making him proud and your family proud, doing exactly what you need to be doing.
Because being part of 40 under 40 with all these amazing young black people is very, very, very motivating. And if you feel like, okay, okay, the work, there's still work to do and to push forward. So I think leaning on your circle, leaning on the people around you, and a source of strength that we don't always tap into. So that's my piece of advice. Lean on the people around you.
My advice would be keep striving, keep going, keep looking ahead, because the best is that.
Now then it sounded like it was cut off, so I'm not sure what we got going on up here. But this is IntelliScript. Remember I told you tries to figure things out. So they have this guy here. I'm gonna pull him down to the side and see if maybe these two are supposed to go together.
My advice would be keep striving, keep going, keep looking ahead, because of that.
Nope. That's just the interviewee talking. Interviewer. Let's see what this is. Seems like the same exact file, so we're just gonna get rid of that as well. See the advice video. I'm not feeling that question. Let's see if he says something else that I want to pay attention to.
Man, this moment is
Oh, this moment is incredible. No. So let's play this back. Guys, I would normally do more of this in Trent, but since when we talk about my workflow, my AI workflow, but since you guys can hear it, I just went ahead and came back to, DaVinci.
I would tell them to enjoy the moment, right? And continue to write the chapter to your story. This is one of those chapters.
Okay, well then just let me go on in here and get Addo by himself. I know he in here somewhere. I do wish the colors were more separate from the background. Like everything is so blendy, flat. Now a real one, oh man, she probably would go in there and put some artificial lights in with the new features. Artificial light feature that DaVinci Resolve has. But child, anybody got time for that? Or what am I doing? So I'm trying to I'm just gonna click the button up here. Yeah. And I'm gonna insert this. I forgot how to insert y'all.
After the moment you realize who you are, my words of advice for anyone is remember who you were at 5 years old. Be that 5 year old. Be the person who has the big dreams. Who's not worried about who's looking. Create that lopsided saxophone and don't care what anybody else thinks. The more you become that, the better you are for the world, the better you are for others. Your blessing is not just for
I would tell them to enjoy the moment, right? And continue to write the chapter.
everybody else thinks. The more you become has the big dreams. It's not worried about who's looking.
I'm gonna stop him there for now. Cause look at all of this.
Yeah, I'll be I I would tell them to enjoy the moment, right? Each of those chapters. And obviously, it's an amazing honor to have some relish in it, but job not been excellent. And hopefully, it's an amazing honor to have some relish in it, but God, not finished. Continue being great, excellent, and being great, black, excellent, and hopefully,
Let's just see what he say because they don't want to play straight. I thought he said the job was not done. Say job, not finished. Okay, so let's see.
not finished. Continue being great, and continue to write the chapter to your story. This is I would tell them to enjoy the moment, right? And continue to write the chapter to your story. This is one of those chapters, and obviously it's an amazing honor to have some relish in it. But job's not finished. Continue being great, continue to exemplify Black excellence, and hopefully down the road we link up again in another venue because of the impact that we are having in the community.
Okay. And just to be able to come inside your editor and work with the script and the words. Is Premiere doing that? They probably doing that now too, or they could have did it first, but whew, my goodness. But now I just gotta figure out is this story strong or how to make this story stronger.
And hopefully down the road we link up again in another venue because of the impact.
They not be feeling like you.
obviously it's an amazing honor to have some relish in it. Job's not finished. Continue being great.
That's probably like a cliffhanger-ish. We'll probably have to cut him earlier, but we'll see what's going on now.
Better not be feeling like you don't deserve because you do.
Oh yeah, I wanted him to say about imposter syndrome.
No imposter syndrome. Better not be feeling like you don't deserve because you do. You better be.
I'm gonna cut this for a second just to see if it'll play faster.
Not worried about who's looking. I would tell them to enjoy the moment, right, and continue to write the chapter to your story. This is one of those chapters, and obviously it's an
We
amazing
listening
honor
to the
to have
story.
some relish in it. But job's not finished. Continue being great.
Better not be no imposter syndrome. Better not be feeling like you don't deserve because you do. You better be feeling like, man, I'm already knowing. But I'm glad that somebody else able to nominate me and say, you that deal. But I'm already. Oh, good. I say congratulations on making it here. You absolutely belong to be here. You've done
Excuse me. Whew. Okay, so whatever this was, we can get rid of.
Oh, good.
I don't know what he's saying. Don't matter. Excuse me.
You that deal. But I'm already. I say congratulations.
Over here sneezing like Mama June when they was in the hood. Okay.
Able to nominate me and say, you that deal. But I'm already. I say congratulations on making it here. You absolutely belong to be here. You've done all the work. Continue doing great things and don't forget to stop and acknowledge everything we've done already.
Remember what you did to get to this point in your life.
Oh, I gotta put these two fellas away from each other because I need to go maybe boy girl boy girl. But what I'm gonna do right now is take a little breaky poo because it's about that time. Looking at my Rolly, it's about that time. So thank you to anyone that stopped by. Even if you stop by after this is played, leave your comments. Tell me what you want me to stream uh, and do. I mean, people be watching people play video games, so I don't see why somebody wouldn't want to watch me create a masterpiece and edit. So, I'm probably gonna come back on a little later and do this again because I have a meeting tonight on a Sunday at 8 p.m. and we will be getting further into the edit of the teaser with the animators, this and that. So what the animators have given me so far, I want to start putting music to it, voiceover, start doing my part with what they have, and if something needs to be changed out, we can change it out later. So I might just come back with that. But in between time, in the meantime, yeah, stay safe. Peace, baby.